Hello, hello, everyone. This is Jynnette The Oracle. Welcome to Oracle Talks. Happy spring. We are officially in the spring season, and we have come out of the eclipse season. So hopefully you have survived that experience. We do have a new astrology report up on the blog page of the website. You can find that on the link in the description below to go and check that out. We do have both Mercury and Venus going direct this month, and now Neptune is actually in 0° Aries. As you know, it's just a foreshadowing because the cycle doesn't actually start until next year. However, this is an opportunity for us to get a foreshadowing of what the energy will look like next year. So definitely make the best use of it. It's been a minute since I've been on live. I feel like it's been like at least 2 weeks or so. So if you're joining, feel free to say hello. Let us know where you're joining from, what part of the world, what you might be sipping on, how you're feeling, how you're doing, etc. But like I said, we're going to do messages for the elemental signs today. So we're going to group them by the elements, obviously. So air, fire, water, and earth. But before that, I'm going to get a card specifically for the general theme and guidance that the Holy Spirit has for us for this month ahead. Support us as we navigate life, whatever it is that we're dealing with. My prayer before we began was specifically to receive guidance that will support us and guide us for the month ahead as we, walk through life, as we deal with the things that we're dealing with. So, yeah. So let's take a moment first to settle in. I'll do a few minutes of breathing and meditation to ground the energy and align us to the frequency of heaven. So feel free to join in. Sit up nice and tall. Closing your eyes and bringing your attention to your breath. And feeling the flow of air at the edges of your nostrils as you inhale and exhale. And begin to deepen your breath in such a way that both the inhalation and exhalation are of the same length. So a way of breathing that requires a little bit more intentionality. A conscious engagement with the breath of life, which is literally source itself. The essence of the Holy Spirit itself. And with each breath, feeling our aura, our energy field, contract and expand. Opening up our clair abilities, our high sense perception. Continuing to breathe intentionally. And we want to purposefully drop thoughts of the past, thoughts of the future, any of our concerns, our to-do list, letting those go. Knowing that all is held by the Holy Spirit. And instead choosing to come fully into the present moment. Regardless of whether or not there are distractions around, noise, disturbances. The external is relevant, unless, of course, it's literally life-threatening. But with that exception, take control, use your power to decide your state. And breathe in and through that. Never losing focus on the breath or the expanding or contracting aura. And either with your voice or with your intention, depending on your situation at the moment, call in the power and the presence and your conscious awareness of your personal guardian angel and your guardian protectors, asking them to surround you and to create around you an energetic containment field that repels and reverses any negative, malevolent, or disharmonious energies or cords or attachments, and that purifies, sanctifies, and divinitizes your aura, your energy field. Staying connected to the breath. And now asking your spirit team to raise your energetic vibration to the 5th dimension, and then up to the 6th dimension, and then up to the 7th dimension. The state of heaven. And feel this adjustment, this shift, this change in energy. And breathe that deeply within the body and your aura. Embracing this grounded expansiveness. So in no way, shape, or form should you feel blown out from your body or disconnected or untethered. You actually should feel quite solid and weighted and whole and complete. And then finally, we're in the presence of your beneficial ancestors to be here with you and help you to receive and accept the messages. All right, so hopefully you're feeling good. If you are, let me know in the comments. And let's get the opening oracle card. So again, this is going to be the primary theme and guidance for us for the month ahead. Okay, we got 2 cards. Of course, literally what I was just talking about. We have the card of healing, card number 5. So I'll hold this up a little bit so you can see it. And then the card of grounding. So this is for everyone, regardless of your sign, this is our guidance for the month ahead. Month ahead is healing and groundedness. The main key for this healing card is to be illuminated by love and truth. Okay, the message for this card is, right now, healing is taking place to support your understanding of the gifts in your experiences. Weird or difficult circumstances can often be a fast-track path to your desires. Until we recognize imbalances, the best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have our buttons pushed. Buttons are created by continued attention to unbalanced thoughts, ideas, or beliefs. Every time we are reminded of or talk about a hurt, it pushes a button and reopens a wound that we are yet to heal. Wounds are created by mental, spiritual, or physical trauma. Poking at them will prolong the healing process. Leave them alone so balance can be restored and wholeness can return. Inspired action for healing may include seeing a therapist, consulting a medical professional, or spending time in the ocean. Focusing on what you love is also healing. All is perfect in every moment, even if we can't see it at the time. All right. And then the message for grounding is anchor into the earth and always feel at home. Circumstances have affected your energy. Very much so for us here in the US, right? You may be feeling disconnected, scattered, or overwhelmed. You may be bumping into things or forgetting if you locked the door or turned the iron off when you left home. Stop whatever you're doing and breathe. Let yourself be here. Call your dispersed energy back to your heart. Imagine any imbalanced or excess energy flowing into the earth and feel the calmness of nature in exchange. Nature uses this energy for growth and expansion. This is a symbiotic co-creative process that we need to remember and honor. When you recenter, you begin to feel more aligned, relaxed, and at peace. This may also be a message to spend more time outside. Nature lovingly resets our energy. It holds no judgment, but simply allows and accepts. All right. So that's for everyone. Now let us get messages for each of the elemental signs. So I'm going to pull one card for each element, like I mentioned. See, my energy felt concentrated and loud in my head. Instead of action and expanded energy, I felt grounded in the noise when quiet. I would feel more balanced. Good. Love that immediate shift and change. And all that took was literally just a couple minutes of intentionality and working with spirit. It can turn everything around, and that is the power that we have. No, it doesn't make everything in the world magically go away, but what it does is it helps us to reclaim our power and sets us up in such a way that we can use that power to affect and influence change. All right. So one card for each sign in order. So we'll be going air, fire, water, and earth. One last card for card, please. I'm trying to get the last card for Earth signs, so that means Earth signs have some stuff going on specifically. What's going on, Earth signs? Okay, we're getting down to the root because there's a lot of like noise and chatter, but we need the thing itself. There we go. Alrighty. Real quick before I get the cards, I will be opening up enrollment for the Lightworker Incubator group program May 1st, and this will be for the upcoming cohort, which is the summer cohort. The program is, of course, 6 months long, so I have a long enrollment period initially, so people have time to get in, because when stores close, they close, and we won't open up again until next year. So I just want to give you a heads up about that. I will make announcements. All right, air signs. We have for you card number 21, freedom. One second, I should also be notes of these times. Okay. This is your guidance for the month ahead. Now, obviously, everybody has all elements in their chart, but there will be some that you resonate more with depending on your rising sign, sun sign, moon, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm watching all signs, just to say that, but you know, take it as you will. But air signs, you have freedom, card number 21. So I don't know if you'll be able to see all the details in this card, but I'll hold it up here. So this is your guidance. The main thing that's actually coming through with this, in a lot of ways, is something that y'all don't necessarily feel that comfortable with doing, which is breaking away from the crowd. And your perspective, it might be like leaving folks behind to pursue the things that you actually want to pursue, that you have a desire for whatever reason. So it could be a matter of people are really just not up to the task to do what they say they want to do. So maybe y'all shared the same desire for a particular goal, a particular project that you want to work on, but in the course of going through that process of working on the goals together, working on the project together, you're seeing that like, oh, you're not really equipped, or you're not that serious, or whatever that you are observing in their behavior, or you're like, oh, I'm actually ended up doing more of the work. And what I'm really looking for is partnership and collaboration rather than like hand holding and like micromanaging. So, you know, it could be a lot of things, but this is what's coming to mind right now. So if that is the case for you, or just, you know, whatever that is, of like, it's time for you to move forward and break free and not feel the need to rescue or lead or make it better for everybody else, is the guide this month, right? And that may very much relate to an aspect of healing in yourself that you need to do to feel okay doing that, to move on. Trusting and knowing that everyone will be okay. But, you know, being the sacrificial lamb or being the martyr, when it's not really what is for you or what your spirit is asking for, does more damage. So you don't need to do that. So that message this month, wherever that's going to be showing up for you, it may be one main area, it may be maybe multiple areas, but whatever it is, it gets to the core of whatever that message is. Okay. All right. So let us do fire next. Okay, fire signs. We have card number 69 opening. That's what this card looks like. Okay, it's a really intricate key. So opening is literally, you know, a pathway being opened for you. So this could be a gatekeeper, so to speak, opening up an opportunity for you, someone putting in a good word, your reputation preceding you. It could be, you know, just a lucky break, whatever. So there's that on the surface. But there is also another message about you yourself being the key for something to open. Now, this might be a situation where you're like, oh, this won't happen, or I can't see it happening, or it's never been successful before for others. Why would it be successful for me? But it's like what you bring to the table actually is what unlocks it and makes it work. Your perspective, whatever you bring, your skills, your expertise, just your unique individuality, whatever it is that we're talking, whatever it is, you know, related to life. There is something about your uniqueness that is the key itself rather than something external. So I could see either way with that. And of course, this is a 69, so it can be either way, right? So take that as that resonates. Be on the lookout for, again, mentors, gatekeepers, or whoever opening up something for you, or again, maybe past experience opening up something for you. But also be open and be on the lookout, shift your perspective to the fact that you yourself may be the key to opening up something new, some new way of doing things. Now, with that being said, fire signs, if it is that latter part of you being the one to initiate something new, while you like that and everything, it does come with a lot of risk. So high stakes is high reward, but also high failure, high cost. And you might not see the full fruit of it, right? You be the first, but the first doesn't necessarily mean that you always get the fullest benefit of the new thing. So think about like trying to plant a garden for the first time. The first time you do it, like you might get some return of the planting and see some beautiful things, but there's a lot of trial and error, and the first go at it is definitely not as good as the 10th go, or someone who comes down the line, 10 steps down the line, and the new thing has been going on for a while, and they come in and improve upon it and make it better. You hear what I'm saying? So keep that in mind as well. Don't get bitter. Don't use it as an excuse to not try, just because it might be hard or the risk might be great. Like, don't be the cowardly lion. It's not the vibe. Yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, take calculated risks. But if you want something different, You have to make something different, right? All right. Let's do water signs next. Water signs, we have card number 7, journeying. So I'll look a little closer so you can see. All right. I'm hearing the phrase "as the world turns." What is this about? Hmm. This feels like this might be more of a process over a finished product message. I mean, the point is the journey and the experience during the journey rather than the outcome. So, water signs, maybe you are in a situation right now, whether this is a pattern for you or it's being brought up as a trauma response, basically, from what's going on in our external environment, especially politically, where you're trying to, or you're really like working hard to accomplish a particular goal, to have something set in stone, to um, have some version of success or what have you. A lot of the same kind of patterns and ways of thinking mirror Capricorn because that's your opposite. So a lot of that, I know it doesn't seem that way on the surface, but at the root of a lot of Cancer energy is Capricorn energy, and vice versa. So I feel like it's a little bit more of that Capricorn energy actually showing through in your nature and less of the adaptability and being in the moment energy that is really supposed to be more natural to Cancer. So this is a guidance to get back to that being fully present in the moment. And if you need to remember what that feels like, then revert back to the opening meditation and energy balancing to reorient yourself to that, to remember what that feels like and do that on a regular basis every day so that you loosen the grip, you loosen the control, and you start getting back into the flow of your natural power, which is, like I had said at the end of that towards the end of that meditation, you are the one in control of your state, regardless of external circumstances. You actually have the ability to do that in a very deep, profound way, not only emotionally, but also energetically compared to other signs. There's a lot of spiritual power that you have tapped into. So it's important to remember how big of a deal it is when you are off kilter, because the impact is bigger than what it is going to be for others because of the access to your soul power that you have. Okay. So process over finished product, over end goal. That end goal, finished product, etc., doesn't matter. Obviously it does. But the guidance this month, especially for spring season, it's warming. There's much more of that, like, even though we're not in Taurus season, I feel Taurus energy already, right? Like it's very sensual, it's very in the body, it's very in the moment. That's what I'm feeling is really what the call is. So water signs, it's going to be really important for you to tap into that and remember this, okay? All right. And finally, Earth signs. We have card number 20, Awakening. All right. So I'm hearing the phrase, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. There's both a lot of well-meaning as well as malevolent chatter. There's people around you, whether at work, in the family, friends groups, whatever. Whatever, like it's a lot of energy. Again, well-meaning and or malevolent. But it's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. So this is a situation, whether it's one area or all areas of life, where you are directly collaborating with folks. So this isn't just like being around people. This is like, oh, y'all are working on something together, and it's too many cooks in the kitchen. Okay. This awakening card, I'm really drawn to that inner light there and that sun glyph. And the guidance this month is to essentially trust your intuition and trust your power and hold boundaries where you need to. Really get clear about what you're going to listen to and what you're not going to listen to. Because what I kind of pick up is that there's a boundary with keeping these folks like really out of the way. It's like they're chattering whatever, like this needs to not impact your inner world. And you know, there's some guidance here that, or other, if you will, that are more conducive, more harmonious to whatever it is that you're working on together, whatever the context is going to be. But yeah, it's for you to take control of that. And remember that you have power, you have weight, you have a say. Yeah, it's like, it's less of like this hand, you know, reaching out to be like, hi, I want to like say a thing, or don't want to ruffle feathers or what have you. And instead embodying this energy here, which is like, no, this is actually what's up. I've heard everything that has been said, and this is actually where I think I need to go, and this is actually where I'm heading, whether or not you choose to join me or not, depending on the circumstances. Like there's going to be different levels of boundary setting and standard holding, because that's really what the boundary is about, is maintaining standard of care. It's not about power plays. The standard of care for the work, standard of care for whatever it is that you guys are working on. So in general, it looks like air and earth energies are more so dealing with dynamics with other people, whether directly or just like, well, yeah, it seems like it's primarily like working with people directly, excuse me, versus just, you know, social groups. And it seems more like fire and water are focused more internal. There's an internal shift that needs to occur. And like I said at the beginning, or earlier when we started this, these messages, certain elements may resonate more with you than others depending on your chart and where your planets are heavy. You know, for rising sign, heavy meaning like you have a lot of planets in that particular element. So if you have a lot of air energy planets placements, or a lot of fire energy planet placements, you know, those will resonate more. But do what you will. I do recommend paying attention to rising sign element, the sun element, earth sign element, and then north node, your natal north node element. Giving these messages seem to be very specifically on more so the personal navigating like 3D life, so to speak. You might find that your sun sign is where it resonates the most with these messages. But again, it's going to depend. Okay. So I'm going to get closing card for us, and then we're going to bounce. Get a timestamp for this. All right. Oh. The card we got is no, never. Bottom of the deck is faith. And I'm hearing very clearly, know who you are. Yes, the dynamics of working with other people has been kicking my butt. Listen, because folks have really been on one. They've really been like spiraling. Again, like as much as we can be outside of the political stuff, because that's very much affecting, but also folks are just like, there's a level of entitlement and boundary crossing and like low level disrespect, right? And it's not, and in some places it's not like intentionally malevolent, but it's like, we keep doing this kind of thing. Oh, yeah, this no never card with that faith card at the bottom is very much giving you know who you are. You know what your spirit is. There is order within the process. There is order within spirit. This chaotic energy, wherever that is, whether it's external or internal, you have the power to be like, no, I'm going to see these through the eyes of spirit, through the guidance of the Holy Spirit, and deal with whatever this energy is, whether I am generating it internally or experiencing it externally. But there is, yeah, I'm getting the phrase, drawing a line in the sand. There's a finality to this energy of that we're feeling, or that we may find we are feeling throughout the month of not anymore, more of like, I'm done. And like done to the point where it's just like, I'm not even going to fight. Like the energy is just done. Like it is like it has dissolved. It has run its course. And that's when you know when you're done, just like, I don't even have, there's no charge anymore. And I'm free to walk away and do what I want to do, because I know I've given what I need to give. I know I've shown up as I need to show up. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm going to handle my business like I always have been, because my responsibility first and foremost is to my work, the things I am responsible for, and the people that I might be responsible for, depending on the situation. So I'm going to handle that. But I'm not corralling cats. And I'm not going to keep reminding you about a boundary that you're crossing, about trust that you're breaking, about how you keep going back on your word that you're not going to do certain things, about how you keep making decisions about whatever it is that we're working on without my input. So hopefully that has been helpful. All right, y'all. Oh, look at this. Less than 5 minutes. Beautiful thing. All right. I am going to be making a point to be on every week, but I don't know if it will always be live, and sometimes it might be recorded, but I will be on more frequently. The sun is out more. We're out of winter. I definitely have so much more energy now, so you will be seeing more of me. Planning, depending on my schedule, to always be on Thursdays like usual, but most likely will be, well, it'll alternate depending on my schedule, with either being in the morning or late afternoon, when I either do a live or when I offer pre-recorded video. So just be on the lookout for that. And again, like I said, just for you who may be new to me or just coming across me, I will be opening up enrollment for the Lightworker Incubator, which is the spiritual development program that I've had running here at Intersnap for, like, has it been 6 years now? It's been going for a while. Yeah, so that will be opening May 1st. I'm letting you know now. You can start to kind of check in with Spirit, read a bit of it on the website. I haven't updated the dates yet, but I should be able to update the next cohort will be, so that you can start making plans, start budgeting and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we'll talk about that more when I officially announce, but just giving you a heads up, next month enrollment officially opens for the next cohort. You were heavily tapped in today. Thank you for the messages. They were timely. I am so glad. Yes, always tapped in. I know I haven't been out, but definitely I've been. Well, I said last time, like, I'm writing more, so that's why there's been much more blog posts. Oh, speaking of blog posts, I will be doing another update for my time with sitting with ceremonial cacao. If you read my Christmas Day one, that has been like a really beautiful experience to support my journey, my process through menopause, like the very early stages of it. And so I just recently got the insight to sit with Grandma Cacao at least weekly for the spring season. So I already have, some time with them. So I'm gonna the blog post, if not next week, week after that, because that was some really yummy messages that came through. I do also have some other spirit messages that are going to be coming through, so just be on the lookout for those blog drops. You'll see me announce them on the community tab here on YouTube. But of course, if you're on my newsletter, I do also link whatever new blogs are on there. And then on Blue Sky, I also share the blogs there. So yeah, lots of opportunities to stay connected. And if you want to book a session, I will have my new availability set up. You can check starting Sunday for the week ahead, because I do my schedule for the time being just for the week ahead. So check in on the sessions page, depending on which type of session you want to book, on Sunday to see what the new availability for the week is. But if you look now, it's going to show next week is blocked off. So, all right. But yeah, I'll update that so that will be available, so you can start booking at that point. Time slots are limited because my availability is limited, but there is still availability. So definitely, as soon as you see something you like, grab it. Okay, because my schedule is not the same week to week. All right. All right. I think that is all of my messages. So yeah, any questions, comments, concerns before we bounce? Or, well, April, you're here. Do you have any questions? It doesn't have to be what we talked about today. It could be anything else that you're noticing, or any recent blogs, things that will come up that you might have questions about, want to know about. And if not, I will go. And welcome to anybody else who's coming in. We're actually just finishing, so you'll be able to watch the recording as soon as I jump off. Any questions? No questions? All right, cool. So with that being said, yeah, we're right at 45 minutes, so it's perfect. With that being said, love to all of you. Please like the video, comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. And God willing, I will see you at some point next week, intending on next Thursday, but I'll see you at some point next week, all right, for the next Oracle Talks. Bye.